on this computer. Okay, now do you still hear me?
Yes, I do.
Okay, well, so Rosalyn, again, this is Rosalyn Kennedy, and tell us why you're here today.
I am here. I am doing a little happy hour show with Renee from the Cooking Without Looking. We're going to talk about the upcoming 2024 Miss Blind Diva Empowerment pageant, where I am a nominee. Just here to answer a few questions that anyone may have, and just to give you some insights on what the pageant is all about. And also, I'm going to talk about, a little cooking. If anyone has any questions, ideas, or suggestions, I will answer those questions or receive answers from you with questions that I may have.
Well, that's no problem, Rosalyn. Well, first of all, tell us a little bit about your blindness.
Okay, I have RP. That's the acronym for retinitis pigmentosa. It is a hereditary eye disease. It affects my night vision, and for me, it affects my central vision. I have to solely rely on my peripheral. Um, so I am not able to really read small printed material. And some things are very difficult for me, some things are clearer, and it just depends because with RP, there are good days and there are some not so good days. Some days I see, clearly, not 2020, but clearly, and some days things seems to be just a little foggy and I see shadows. So I make the best with what I have, and I don't allow it to dictate or determine my life.
That's good. When did you find out that you had RP?
I found out maybe about 14 years ago, and I kind of noticed a little bit, prior to me finding out because I started to realize that things were kind of like blurry, like and kind of like a digital camera. Whereas I was able to focus in and zoom in immediately, it started to take some time for me to do that, and I knew something was wrong then. Um, but what also alarmed me was I have a sister that's 10 years older than I
Right.
am. I've watched her when I was a teenager as a young adult, and she has RP, and hers started, early on and progressed more quickly than mine. So I always in the back of my mind, I knew, if I couldn't see clearly, that there was a possibility. And when I started to have that vision loss, I immediately got an appointment. I went in and told them about, my sister, the issue she was having, and that she was diagnosed. And so they ran all different type of tests and visual fields and things of that sort. And about 14 and a half, 15 years ago. So I have been adjusting to blindness for that long, but confidently adjusting for about the past 3 years, I would say.
Well, now what do you see when you are looking? What do you see actually?
I can see most things, but not in detail.
Right.
Um, when I'm looking at faces, I can see the outskirts or the shadow of it, but it takes me a long time if I'm able to actually zoom in on the details of their eyes, their eyebrows, eyelashes, and things of that sort. If the room is not a busy room, then it's easier for me to focus. But if it's a lot going on at one time, it's very difficult. It drives my eyes crazy.
Now, some of our people watching may wonder, like, well, she's got glasses and she's blind. Explain that to our audience.
Yes, I do. And I knew that question would come up, but these are they're my coach glasses, and I just like them because they make me look very dignified and
Very
intelligent.
elegant.
Yes, very elegant. And yeah, I wear them for fashion. So please don't be fooled. They are not magically making things clear. They're
Oh,
just for a fashion statement, actually.
there you go. Well, do you
So
before I ask about the pageant and the fashion part, do you ever get you ever get like offended when people ask you about your vision or your eyesight?
Not anymore. My family will tell you that I'm the first to crack a joke, about my vision. Even like at church when I'm at choir rehearsal, and I make a joke to my choir friends saying, "Okay, who's ready for me to drive them home?" So whereas I was not confident within myself and with my adjusting to blindness, I was offended, very much so. Any little thing would offend me as it related to questions about my vision or statements that were directed towards me not being able to clearly vision
Right.
things. So, but after the confidence and I begin to find myself and be confident in who I am and embrace my blindness, there is nothing that offends me. I mean, it may sound a little arrogant or bougie or whatever they
Oh,
want to call it, so
no.
to speak, but it's confidence. It's confidence because the fact that I wake up every morning and it's challenging to be able to, make sure that I have the same two color shoes. So my life is challenging, but I'm up for the challenge and nothing changed in my life but the fact that I lost some of my vision.
Right, exactly. And I think, sometimes people get like a little nervous, sighted people get a little nervous about
Mhm.
saying anything. And it's like, well, I've heard some people tell me, well, I know I'm blind. But well, tell us how you got involved in the pageant.
Okay, so how it happened is very, very, very ironic. There are two special ladies that I have not physically met yet. However, I've interacted with one of them on the phone very frequently. We have become very, very close. She refers to me as her big sister, the big sister that she, never had.
Oh,
And how it came about was I met some people at the National Federation of the Blind back in October for the state convention. And in doing so, there were a lot of resources. And there was one particular group that they had called Noble. And that group was the National Organization of Blind Black Leaders. So I joined the group. I reached out to Sean Calloway and I joined the group. In doing so, my first session, there were a group of ladies that were facilitating the meeting and sharing inspirational and empowering messages for blind people. One of which was Crystal Allen with Eyes Like Mine of Newark, New Jersey. And in doing so, I was very intrigued by Crystal and Rashida and all of the people that were on there. So afterwards, I went onto Crystal's website and just kind of exploring things. So I saw, Miss Blind Diva. Never gave it any thought about, competing or anything. And as I was looking, I saw that there were a few ladies from years past, one of which was Miss Blind Diva 2022 Goddess Jones. What led me to reach out to her, I am not sure. I'm not sure why I chose her, of all of the people that were on there, but I did. And I reached out to her and she responded immediately. And when she responded, it was such a warm and authentic response. And we connected, and I would say it was divinely connected because we connected it as if we had known each other all of our lives.
wow.
And when I spoke with her, all of the ideas and things that I was putting in place for My Blind is Beautiful organization, she was kind of the one that kind of like sparked that confidence and said, girl, listen, you can do it. There's no time to give up. You can do this. So she believed in me when I was partially believing in myself. And how that connected with the 2024 Miss Blind Diva nomination was I got a phone call back in, I want to say November, December. And the phone call said, hey, just wanted to tell you that you have been nominated for 2024 Miss Blind Diva. And I'm like, who, me? And those things. Yeah, we feel that you are very capable and, very able of, running for competing for this title. And so I accepted and I have been running with it ever since. So I am marketing my my position as the next 2024 Miss Blind Diva. We will compete in October of this year in Newark, New Jersey. And yeah, so this is my first pageant, And what really has inspired me about this and why I'm so excited and so passionate about it is because what girl never dreams of being in a beauty pageant?
Oh, I know.
Every girl, yes, every girl dreams of being in a beauty pageant. But the ironic thing about this pageant is not the focus on the outer beauty is not the pinnacle of what they're doing this for. It's focusing on the inner beauty, and it's empowering and inspiring and encouraging other women, who may be where we were when we were in a dark place adjusting to blind. So all of the contestants are do have some type of vision loss. So it just does my heart well because I have a passion for helping others. That is just what I was born for. I really believe that. I have a passion of connecting with others. I have a passion of advocating for what I believe in, for educating others. And this will give me the opportunity to actually just kind of piggyback on what I'm already doing. So that's what I love about this pageant is not only is it focusing on the outer beauty, but it's focusing on the inner beauty. And who says the inner beauty cannot be beautiful?
Exactly.
So that's the pageant. That's the pageant part. Yes.
Well, now I'm going to be a little funny. So do we have a swimsuit competition?
Listen, no, it's not a swimsuit competition.
No, I'm just teasing you.
We have a meeting coming up soon. So from what I hear, it's 3 categories. It's going to be the pageant gown category. It's going to be a talent category. And it's going to be a category where we're asked specific questions. And based on our response is how we will be rated.
Now, did you purchase your gown yet?
I have not. Because I have to find the right one. I have to find the one it's kind of like looking for a wedding dress.
Right.
You know how they say, what is it? I found the dress, or where they ring the bell.
Well, like there's like a couple of them. Like dressed for success is one, but then there's something else which I know you mean, and I can't think of what it is.
Renee. Yeah, so it actually is going to have to just reach out and say, Rosalyn, this is you. This is you. This is your personality, your character. This is you. This is the dress for you. So no, I have not found it yet. And besides, I need to do about maybe 5 more pounds off before, yes. And that's just something within me that I want to do. Because like I said, I just want to be the best example for not just blind women, but other women, all together.
Yeah,
and I had
everybody.
I had the esteemed opportunity of visiting Aruba back in April.
Right.
And April of this year. And I actually visited with an organization called FABI. And that's an organization for the blind. And I met some beautiful women. And I think it was one man there, but I met some beautiful people there. Beautiful people there. And just the resources that we have here in the United States, it is just far beyond what's available to them. And we established a friendship, a blindship, a kinship, a relationship. And several of us, we're on social media together. We email back and forth, and it was really just an amazing time. And I'm like, this is something that I could do all the time. So I was able to go to Aruba. I was able to actually present my my organization, My Blind is Beautiful, and share with them ideas, and they shared back with me of life living in Aruba, and what it's like adjusting to blindness there. So like I said, I'm passionate about it. I love helping others. I love sharing ideas. I love receiving ideas, and I love just collaborating with the blind community and the community, as a whole.
It's nice to bring everyone together. Now I see Goddesst Goddess, would you like me to pin you in here into the meeting?
Yes, that's the one I'm talking about.
Of course.
Hello, my sister.
Hi, sister. You know I was gonna be here.
Yes, Renee. Let me tell you, this woman here.
Yes.
Let me tell you, I was at so many points of giving up and saying, you know, like, good look, Goddess. And she was like, no, you're not. We're not gonna even do that. You know, so she's a little sister, but she stepped in as a big sister, and I am just so grateful to her because she doesn't even. I tell her all the time, but she just does not know. She does not know to the extent of my appreciation for her and her life and what she, you know, what she stands for, the example that she lives. And listen, a lot of this is because of her.
Well, Goddess, do you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Well, first and foremost, it's nice to finally meet you, Miss Renee. You do some phenomenal things.
Oh,
and
thank you.
and I have been a big fan for a long time. So definitely I salute queens like yourself.
Oh,
For those thank you.
I'm
For those
I'm like a court jester though, so you know.
girl, you a queen. You a queen. But for those who don't know me, my name is Goddess Johnson, and I am the proud first and only legally blind pageant director of the infamous Miss Blind Diva Empowerment pageant, which is founded by our wonderful visionary Miss Crystal Allen and Niquilla Wright Prevost. I'm also the reigning 2022 Miss Blind Diva Empowerment pageant title holder, the current 2023 Miss Black America Elegant Diva title holder, and 2023's top most influential woman. And so that's me. That's who I am.
I bow to you.
Yeah.
I salute you all.
You know what, Goddess? Just move a little bit to your right because your face has gone off.
Is that better?
Just a little bit more even. A little bit more.
A little bit more?
Yeah, a little bit more to your right.
Are you good now?
Well, you could be a little bit more to the right. I see your face.
Hold on. Hold on. We're going to get
it right now, y'all.
There you go.
Hold on. Let me get my beautiful daughter my backup eyes. Let me get her to center me. Come here, sweetheart.
You're right, you're good right there.
I'm good right here? Okay, thank you.
Oh, now you popped off again. Just a little bit more to your right. Like, you know what? Like about 5 inches to your right.
Yeah. What are you doing?
Oh, okay, good. That's
right
great.
Here?
Yeah, right there.
Okay. All right, perfect. Thank you, daughter. Okay.
You got it. Yes.
But yes, I'm just honored, you know, like I said, Rosalyn and so many other women. At the end of the day, everyone just needs that extra motivation and encouragement to do what they are already doing. And that's just what I do. And I'm just happy to be able to encourage and inspire because we are all true queens in our own right, you know, and she's phenomenal. And so many of the ladies who are competing this year. And I'm just excited, you know, I'm honored to take the journey with each and every one of them.
Well, tell us a little bit about your blindness too.
Well, my blindness was my blindness was unexpected. I actually lost my sight due to a tragic car accident.
Oh.
It's been 13 years ago. I was involved in a tragic car accident. As a result of that accident, I was in a coma for quite some time, about 8 months, when I came to, I no longer had any sight. Yes, and I lost one of the most important person to me, which was my sister, and that devastated me.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Well, yeah, at that point, I was sorry too. I was sorry, I was angry, I was mad. I thought it was a curse, but on today, 13 years later, it was the greatest gift that I could have ever been given. I survived, you know, I'm here, I'm alive. So many people lost their life. There were 5 cars involved in that car accident. And for me, I'm still living. And if all I had to lose was my physical sight, then I feel blessed because it doesn't take physical sight to have vision.
That's right. That's a really great point. So Rosalyn, tell us a little bit what you guys are like together. Well, you mentioned some of it, but tell us some of the things you've learned from one another.
Oh my gosh, listen, I've learned so Listen, so much. I would say I was the boring blind girl before I met God. But honey, listen, I have learned so much. One of the main things she didn't mention that her nickname or her other name is FIGHT, the acronym FIGHT, which
Yes.
stands for faith is getting her through. If you knew a third of her life story, you would
Yes.
understand why she's known as FIGHT. Um, she inspires me. She encourages me. Most people would have given up.
Right, right.
Yes.
Most people would have given up a long time ago. But all of the things that she's gone through, she's still here. She's vibrant. She's brilliant. She's beautiful. She is inspiring. And the best thing that I love about her is she's a giver. She does not
Yes.
mind taking her crown off, completely off, and giving it to someone else.
No, I
She does
don't.
not mind plucking the jewels out of her crown and putting them into, others' crown. And that's what really made me, just fall in love with her as a sister.
Yes.
She's
Oh,
my
that's
confidant. She is my friend. She's my sister. She's my go-to girl. My upper. She's all that, and
That's right.
she knows how much I love her and how grateful I am that God connected us together.
And see,
oh,
Renee, I took off my eyelashes because I knew she was gonna make me cry. I knew
oh
y'all she was
no.
gonna make me cry. But those
Oh,
words
tears
mean
behind these
so.
glasses.
I know those words mean so much to me
Yes.
because it lets me know that any and everything that I have gone through, it was worth
Mhm.
it. Because for me, if I was able to touch one person, that's all it's about for me. And as we all know in this community, support is very important. Support, just somebody to say you can do it, because our life doesn't stop because our eyes stop working. We still can get out here and accomplish any and everything we put our mind to. And Rosalyn was a divine connection. I had never met her, didn't know her. I was connected through a mutual person, and it's been like I had known her for years. And
Yes.
family, blood family for me, I don't have, but I take pride in the family that I made for myself. So she is the big sister I never had by choice. And that
Oh,
means so much to me. So, it's my honor. And you like she said, I don't mind taking my crown off because I believe in what I said. We are all true queens in our own right, and we just have to know that we all have our gift, and that's it. And she's shining hers each and every day, and I'm very proud of her.
oh, that's wonderful. What did you get from Rosalyn?
I've gotten from Rosalyn the fact that at the end of the day, someone can be used that you never know, have never met, have never seen, and just you can truly be spiritually connected. And she has given me the sense to believe that there are genuine people still out there in the world that can still show love and show kindness with no strings attached. She's given me the ability to know that I can trust in a complete stranger and truly be blessed. And that's worth more than anything.
Now, how long did it take for you to accept your blindness? Do you have any vision whatsoever?
Now I do, Renee. I started off with very, very no vision, basically. It's been a journey with my vision loss. However, on today, I now have tunnel vision in my right eye, and I wear a special lens called a sclera lens that allows me to see equivalent to 20/20. Now
wow.
I'm allowed to wear that lens only up to 8 hours in a day. And then when I take it off in my right eye, the tunnel vision, I'm still able to see. It's just the clarity is not as sharp. And then in my left eye, I'm totally blind. It took me 7 years to accept my blindness. And I have been living my life without sight for 13.
Wow. So like half of the time that you've been blind, you didn't accept it at all, right?
No, ma'am. I allowed myself to feel that it was a curse and I wasn't worth living, which resulted in me staying in a very abusive relationship. and which led to numerous attempts of trying to take my life. And just not, going through all of those adjustments that we all know about. But I stayed in that dark place for 7 years.
Oh no.
That's why she's known as Spike.
That's right.
Well, now, I don't know if you guys want to switch over to cooking and talking about maybe some favorite recipes and tips.
Yeah.
To cook, Goddess?
Sure.
Yes, I love to cook and I love to eat, Renee. That's what they know. The diva, don't let the lookness fool you. I eat, Miss Renee, and I cook.
Yes.
And I don't practice I done did Rosalyn's recipe from your last show. So I was looking forward to a new one on next show.
Yes,
the Philadelphia cheese steak lasagna.
Yes, that was so good. My daughter is in the background saying thank you so much, Auntie, because we enjoyed it.
You're welcome, baby.
Well,
yes.
Have you guys tried anything new or any good tips that you found out recently?
Yes. Well, I love to cook. I'm a true Southern person at heart. And so, but I am always around youth. Everybody knows I love the kids. So recently I came up with taco cupcakes. So
you can share that one, girl.
So sis, it's easy and it's cute. So basically, guys, you can go into your local grocery store. I have to shout out Publix because I love them. And you get the wonton wraps, or you can use the egg roll wraps. And so basically you prepare now. You can do any kind of tacos, whether it's beef tacos, chicken tacos, shrimp tacos, turkey tacos, whatever your meat of choice is. So me personally, it was for a function. So I did a beef, chicken, and turkey tacos to kind of accommodate everyone. So basically you prepare your meat the way you would like. So for me, ground my ground beef and add my taco seasonings and cook that on up, get that all great. And on the side, I prep all of your condiments. You can do your whatever you want to put. I did shredded lettuce, diced tomatoes, compliments of Publix, already diced, love them. Onions, salsa.
You cheated.
Yeah, I cheated, y'all. I can't cut it, but I had to do this for 150 kids. So yeah, the diva was not.
Yeah, the dice ones worked out.
Yeah, but if it was for me and my little two, then sure, I would have definitely cut. But so you just
50 kids? Okay.
Yes. So Renee, we was getting some pre-cut stuff. Okay. I'm all about independence, but you gotta use wisdom. Amen. Okay. So basically you make your meat like you want and you have all your condiments set to the side. You take your shells, you get a muffin tin pan, nonstick pan, and you just put the shells to line in the inside. You bake them for not even 10 minutes. You take them out and you just build your taco cupcakes, your meat, your cheese, your condiments, and they're cute. You take them out, put them on a plate, and you fancy diva style. There you go.
Yes, I love it.
Oh my God, that's so great. And Rosalyn, what about you? Have you found a new recipe? Well, you're always cooking too.
I'm always cooking. Always cooking. I just, like I said before, I experimented with the lasagna. So I done the seafood lasagna, which is pretty much the same as your regular lasagna, your Philly steak lasagna. Do everything in the seafood of your choice, and you just do everything like you would do a lasagna. So you're just changing up your meat. But I cook all of the time, cook for everybody. So nothing new lately. But I do have some oxtail seasoning that I brought back from Jamaica. So I'm going to try that because I usually just do my own seasoning and gravy. Right. So I'm going to try this because the oxtails at the resort were to die for.
What I've noticed is oxtails have become so expensive.
Yes.
They used to be a go-to food for if you didn't have like $1 million,
Right.
It's almost your car note.
It is.
Yes,
it is.
Shrimp and lobster are less expensive now.
Expensive.
You're right. You are exactly right.
The only trick to that I found is if you are in an area that has a meat market. So Florida is known for meat markets and down, and that's a plus because you can actually go and it's cheaper to buy the whole tail and have them cut it up. That's the only way that I found. I don't know about you, sis. Would you agree? Would you agree
My brother
with that?
just did that, sis. My brother bought a whole tail and got it cut up and brought me some.
And you come out cheaper and you actually get more. So if you are near like a meat market of any sort, to me, that would probably be the best bet if you're into if you like oxtails.
Yeah, that is the best bet.
Wow, what a great idea. You know, 'cause I love that. I used to live, well, I was in Miami and I used to live on Cayocho, 8th Street in Miami for like about a year.
Okay.
And they have a Sedano's there.
Yes, I love Sedano's. They the only place that's open on Thanksgiving when you always run out of an ingredient.
And they had such great prices.
Yes.
On oxtails. And then I got here to Albany, Georgia, and I was like, wow, I have to take a loan out, you know?
Right, exactly.
And you know, another chicken wings. Chicken wings used to
oh my goodness, be
very
so cheap.
inexpensive.
You're right. You're right. And now it's just
everything in the store now.
Yes. Even things like bread and like simple stuff, everything is just the cost of it is just outrageous, to be honest.
Yes.
I'm just like, oh, you can't even like pretty soon we just gonna not eat. Not really, but I'm just saying.
Listen, right? Right.
Well, I make a lot of my own stuff. Like I love finding recipes online for things that are basics. Like one gentleman wrote to me the other day and he said he likes Bisquick, right? He likes to use Bisquick.
Okay.
But Bisquick is like hugely expensive.
Expensive.
So I'm like, I go online for a recipe for Bisquick. It's like the most boring recipe of life, and it was just like, what was it? 1.5 cups of flour, some salt, some baking powder. You mix it, you've got your Bisquick, and it's
exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You got to go back to the homemade roots, okay?
And you know, that's probably even better for us, right?
It is. Yeah, it is. That actually helped all the additives. In my vision loss was the fact that when I learned how to cook, it was a lot from scratch. So, you know, back in those days, you know, it's like when you're learning from older, it's like, you know, it's no measuring cups and they're going to use the basics and it comes out tasting great. So sometimes it helps to go back to those basics, you know.
It does. It really does.
It really
and it tastes different too. It's cooked with love when you use all the you know, the basic ingredients.
Yeah, and you know what's funny is sometimes I think of easier ways, like, you know, like I learned this from other people who are blind, like to measure salt out, I just put it in the palm of my hand and it's a
exactly.
Yeah. That's our way of doing it.
That's the best thing because that's the wrong thing. You definitely don't want to ruin your food. We're trying to shake and the top might not be on and all this.
Trying to guesstimate.
You know,
trying to guesstimate.
Yeah. Yes, it's like
I use that technique as well.
Yes.
Well, you know what I found the other day that you guys might like is somebody put a recipe or just a little note on Facebook, and they took if you're like aficionados of hard-boiled eggs. I'm not, but I like making like the deviled egg sometimes.
Yes.
And maybe you guys know about this trick. They had a muffin pan, and in each muffin they put a raw egg, right? And they put it in the oven for 325 for like 25 to 30 minutes. There's no boiling.
Nope.
You just stick it in the oven. Did you guys hear about that one?
Yeah, it's funny you said that because I can't take credit. There was a gentleman. I'm also I'm gonna have a degree in visual rehabilitation. I taught at the Lighthouse School for the Blind for 3 years. I was an independent living skills instructor, and in that course, it's food and we cook. And there was a gentleman from Alabama. His name was Clifford, and he actually taught us about that technique right there. And I was so thankful.
Oh
Because
my
I
God.
love making deviled eggs and potato salad and stuff like that. And
Mm-hmm.
it's really quick. So yes,
It's
that's
really
the only
quick.
reason why I knew. Yes.
Oh,
And
Rosalyn, what's
and
one of your favorite techniques?
I was going to say, just to kind of piggyback on about the eggs, I can't take credit either, but my nephew fixed breakfast for us one time. And I just used what he used and made it the same way where you just put the egg in the little muffin pan.
Mm-hmm.
But what I did was I sauteed a little vegetables, some pepper, bell peppers, and onions, and I tore up a little spinach and mushrooms, and then I um, pan seared a piece of salmon.
Mm.
And then I broke it up in there and mixed it in with the raw egg and just pulled the whole thing, into like the little cupcake papers
Oh,
Wow.
and put it in
yeah.
the oven. And I put a little cheese on it when it was almost done. So you talking about that was good. Change up the
Well,
meat,
yes.
add steak, add ground sausage, add chicken. Listen, Dunkin' Donuts, stop getting my money for the little omelet bite.
I know that's right.
Those are cute. Those are cute
Yeah.
omelets, aren't they? Or like quiche, maybe
Hmm.
mini quiches.
Like mini
Yeah, kind of
quiches.
like a mini quiche. Yep. So
That's
they are very
awesome.
delicious, and I made enough for the week. So cut
Oh,
back on my breakfast in the morning on the way to work.
and that's
Awesome.
good. Well, what was I going to say? Oh, you know what, Rosalind, tell us a little bit about your organization, your own organization.
Okay, so the name of the organization is My Blind is Beautiful.
Yeah.
We are actually going to have our public official launch on September 7th here in
Woo-hoo.
Lakeland. So don't meet us there, beat us there.
That's right.
Listen, I just had to have my girl. She is going to be my
Yes,
main
I
guest
am.
speaker. Goddess is going to be the main guest speaker. And we are just going to have just a good time.
Absolutely.
I actually was invited to the City of Lakeland Alliance for Accessibility meeting to
Yes.
introduce my organization to them on yesterday. In
Congratulations.
doing so, thank you. I was able to meet with Cheryl Brown, which is the president of the Tampa Lighthouse, and I connected with some very amazing, influential people. So vendor opportunities are really looking good. So things are just really coming together. As we stated, like in the meeting yesterday, Lakeland is small.
Mhm.
There's not a lot of knowledge about being blind or assisting individuals with blindness.
At
There are
all.
no activities. I mean, none of that here. So my blind is beautiful. Beautiful is here to break that stigma and encourage, hope in those with vision loss. So yeah, we're looking forward to doing, great things within our community and then to spread out to the other communities that are, locally attached. And look, the sky is the limit, but it's all about going back and grabbing those people that, that we know who are suffering, on a day-to-day basis. And people don't realize the emotional part that comes with adjusting to blindness.
Absolutely.
Our lives are not easy. We just make it look hard.
That's right.
Honestly, it's not. Honestly, it's not. It's very challenging.
It
But
is.
when one makes up in their mind that they are determined, to live their life according to, what they desire, then there is nothing that's impossible. And so
Absolutely.
that's what we're bringing to the community. And then not only individuals who are non-sighted, as God has stated, you don't have to have vision. I mean, sight to have vision
That's
or
right.
vision to have sight, or
Right.
however you want to put it. There are a lot of sighted people that do not have vision.
Right.
They do not have, they haven't found it. They're not walking in their purpose. So
Right.
it's targeting everybody, everybody.
Absolutely.
So, just to come in to, like I said, advocate, to educate, to, encourage, inspire, and just kind of really put us on the map as it relates to being a more blind accessible city. And that's one of the things that we talked about at the meeting yesterday. She asked, what do I want to see in the city of Lakeland? And I said, I want to see it be a more blind accessible city. We're going to incorporate activities. One activity that I'm planning to do that I have to call back and talk with the ADA coordinator there at the city is we're going to do something for white Camden.
Yes.
Which is in October, right?
It's October, yes. So there's a lot in the making. We just want to get past this launch and publicly announce, that we are here. We are blind, we're beautiful, and we ain't going nowhere.
That's right.
You're gonna have to accept us, move over, let us in, because we coming with our stick and all.
Well, on that note, kind of like, what's the weirdest thing that someone has said to you? We'll go with Goddess this time, and we'll pop over to Rosalyn. What is the weirdest thing that someone's ever done to you or said to you because of your blindness?
So let's see. We're gonna go with the weirdest thing.
Inside joke.
Sarah, it's just amazing me some of the things. I mean, there's always the famous. The weirdest thing to me is the fact. Actually, it's not what they say; it's what they do. When I tell them that, how I introduce myself and I'm legally blind, there's always fun when you get you don't look blind. Okay, I didn't know it was a look. But then there's the
original.
You tell them and then they start talking like this, and so
yeah.
And I'm like, my eyes don't work, my ears are just fine. I kind of have to say that in a way where, so to me it's kind of like that action. Nothing really too weird I've experienced yet. Just I guess those two common things I get all the time, I guess, with what I do. So those are the most for me.
You don't look blind.
I wish somebody would tell me what this look thing is about. I'm like,
exactly.
I'd just be confused, really. I'd be like, okay, I guess everybody walks around with a green eye and a brown eye. I mean, okay, no problem. That's the norm then.
And the secret handshake. Well, Rosalyn, what about you?
It's the grocery store scene for me. Or department store, or any type of store. And you say, I'm looking for such and such. Could you show me where it is? I'm legally blind. And they'll say, oh, it's over there. And I'm like, over where? Where's there? So I'll sit there and play that game at least about 10 times until they show me there. So no, I need you to walk me over to find it. So it's that I don't know where there is. I don't know where you're pointing. Show me there.
Yes.
Well, I've got sight, and you go to a Home Depot or something, and they'll say the same thing. There, okay, there, where?
Right.
I even ask them to walk me over because Home Depot is so huge. It's like
yes, or Walmart, you could get lost. I'm like, oh no, we're gonna walk together. And you're gonna learn sighted guide today. So let's stroll.
a
vision loss 101.
That's what I'm saying.
Right, exactly. And Renee, it's just the one thing that I must address.
Of course.
For some reason, people think that blind people are just dumb, unintelligent people. And I always have to remind people there is nothing wrong with my intellect. There's something wrong with my vision. And that, I believe, comes from the lack of being educated on how to deal with blind people.
Absolutely.
So, but yeah, it's a lot. Like I said, we probably can sit here and name stuff all day.
You're right.
But
that's a good point. That's a good point that you brought out, sis, because that's true. I tell people all the time, I was just amazed at the fact I was in the medical field. I had no idea. I didn't know about schools for the blind. I didn't know about any of the things. I was completely ignorant. And I will say that. And I say openly, if this wouldn't have never happened to me, I would have still been ignorant. I would have had no idea of what the possibilities were, any of that. So that's why when people come across me and they say those things, or I get kids, I'll be like, no, it's okay. Because it is a lack of knowledge. And I try to always remind myself, like, Goddess, if this wouldn't happen, you wouldn't know. So that keeps me from getting kind of defensive and upset. And I'm able to use it as a teaching moment. You get what I'm saying? So that's a great point you brought up, because I'm the first to say all the time, I never knew what was possible.
Right. And I don't know if you were on in the beginning, Goddess, but Renee was just asking me, do I get offended when someone, cracks a blind joke or says, something relative to my blindness? And I did explain to her that before I, found that confidence in myself, I did get offended. But like, after, my confidence was back where it needed to be, like there's nothing anyone can say to me that offends me about my blindness. I am who I am. To me, I'm the baddest thing around here. That's about your confidence level. Yeah. So I embrace my blindness. Like, I wake up days where I love being blind.
Yep.
You know what? It's funny. Last week I interviewed someone, and he had been his wife it's two blind mice, and they have their own show, and I asked him, he had been a police officer and she had been a nurse, so they were like in serving types of occupations.
Absolutely.
And he said that he actually liked his life better being blind than when he was sighted, because he felt he was giving a lot more. He was doing a lot more.
Absolutely. Yes, shout out to them. I had the pleasure of meeting them. I've been on their show. Amazing. But definitely, I feel that way. And when I say that, when people are like, oh, you're blind now, I'm like, I'm not. It's the best thing that could have ever happened to me. And then when they hear my story, they say, well, how could you say that? Because at the end of the day, I'm still here. And I feel like it's a true gift to be able to get to know people from the inside. We have the ability to just listen, and we can tell if you're mad, if you're, if you're happy, if you need a hug. I'm the only blind person at my job with all sighted people, and they'll come in my office. I could tell by them saying hello. I'd be like, what's wrong with you? And they'd be like, how you know Miss? I'd be like, girl, I told you I got superpowers, but at the end of it, to me, it has become the great. I prefer it now because I'm more free. I'm at peace, and I feel like I am making a difference, because sharing our life and our struggle and our uncomfortable times is a gift for so many, and it becomes a testimony. And I love getting emails from my younger blind and beautiful young ladies saying, Miss Goddess, I'm gonna go do this, because if you can do it, baby girl, that's right. If I can do it, you can too. So it is. And when people hear that, they look at us like, what are you talking about? But it's true.
How can you possibly like that? Talking about being offended, I get offended or just really annoyed when I hear a Stevie Wonder joke. Like I'm like way over that. I'm tired of hearing Stevie Wonder jokes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not
it's
even
2024, guys. Like,
come on, wake up. It's right up there with blonde jokes, and I'm not really a blonde.
Right. It's overrated. Like, get some new material, people. Public service announcement.
Yeah, right. The public service announcement. Find some better material.
Better material, better comebacks.
Oh man. So what are you guys doing this weekend?
Well, for me this weekend, I have my beautiful daughter, and we are going to go to the Fashion and Art Museum here in Columbia and get a personal tour. And they have they have audio that describes the exhibits, and they have everything from fashion to historical to civil. So it's going to be a great time. And then I'm publicly telling everybody, yes, I'm going to see Despicable Me. And no, it's not for my daughter, it's for me. So
don't judge us.
Yes, we're having a mother-daughter weekend.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
That's great. And what about you, Rosalyn?
I don't have any big plans.
And that's probably a great plan.
Yes.
It is. It's
a good self-care weekend. That's what that sounds like.
Yeah.
You said.
So the upcoming weeks are just like.
Yep. So that's what I said. And sometimes you need those weekends that you don't have nothing planned, that you can just unwind. Because even though I'll be with my daughter, that's what this is for me, because coming up every weekend from here through the rest of the year, or I'm in another state or somewhere, but I'm happy and I'm blessed and I'm not complaining, but take advantage of that. We're big on self-care.
Yes. Have to.
Well, before we go, Rosalyn, just give us the information that you wanted to give us about the beauty pageant and about your organization as well.
Oh, okay. If anyone chooses to or would like to, you can go to the YouTube channel and hit the like, share, and subscribe button. Renee is going to post the link in the comments after the video. So if you would do me the honor, I encourage you to do so. Also, the organizational launch is going to be September 7th, 2024, from 3 to 6 p.m. here in the scenic city of Lakeland, Florida. Registration, here we go, registration will officially open August 1st. So you won't be able to register until August 1st, and it's going to go through September 1st. And the way you can register is by going to the organization website at www.myblindisbeautiful.com, or you can call 863-944-2007 and register that way. You won't want to miss it. Phenomenal people.
Phenomenal.
Yes, honey, will be there sharing their lives of adjusting to blindness, mastering blindness, because that's what Goddess has done. Mastered it. And it's just going to be a phenomenal time with a lot of phenomenal people. We have some entertainment, a group called Brilliance. It's husband and wife. They are awesome. We also have Stephanie D. Sanders, who is a songwriter, author, actress. She does all of that. And she's actually had the privilege of performing for the National Federation of the Blind for our state convention in October of last year. So it's going to be entertainment, activities, food, great people, so much information, resources will be made available. If you are a non-sighted person, or you have a family member or friend who is a non-sighted person, and they do not have any direction as it relates to becoming a better them, there will be tons of resources on furthering their education, mental awareness, health and beauty, career options. Anything you need is going to be there. So the information is going to be made available to you. Also, there are going to be vendors. We have vendors coming in that's going to have a lot of nice things. Some that will be given away and some will be for sale that you can order. But like I said, it's going to be an awesome event. I'm excited. And the most part that I'm excited about is the ability that I get to be around my blind people. I find so much strength and comfort in being around my blind people. It's just a different when we get together. There's a no judgmental zone. But more importantly, we will be able to share with others as they learn how to help us adapt to blindness, as we teach them how we adapt to blindness, and we teach them how to care for us. But for the most important part, I know I've said 3 other important parts, but all of it's important. We want to inspire. We want to desire, and that is the theme for the event: desire to inspire.
Amen.
That's our goal.
I like that. Yeah,
I love that.
That's our goal. We want to advocate. We want to educate. We want to orchestrate, and then we want to demonstrate all of this stuff that we put in place. And like I said, it's not a one-woman show. It takes all of us to make this happen, and I'm so appreciative to the people that have joined in and became a part and just really getting this show on the road. So we are looking forward. Remember, Goddess is going to be there. She's going to be key, y'all. I already know. So,
I wouldn't miss it for the world. I blocked it 2 months in advance, and they kept on trying. I said, I don't care who you are.
And I wanted to cancel it all. She was like, oh, no, we're not doing that. So it's going to be phenomenal. Remember, you can go to www.myblindisbeautiful.com or 863-944-2007. Registration will open August 1st. Don't meet us there, beat us there. You don't want to miss this event, and you don't want to wait late to register.
That's
So,
right.
That sounds
there we
good.
have it. And Renee will post. Go over there and click that like, share, and subscribe
That's
button.
right. Yes.
There you go. And Goddess, do you have any final thoughts or something you want to tell us about?
Of course, I'm just going to say first and foremost, wonderful job, Rosalyn. Amazing job. Miss Renee, keep on doing what you're doing for the community abroad. Even before I came into my acceptance, I've been following for a long time. So thank you for all that you do.
Oh, thank you.
And I really mean that. Basically, I just want to say to everyone out there, at the end of the day, our disability is not an inability that hinders us from doing anything that we want to do. It's a capability that shows us that there's nothing too impossible that you cannot do. Every day is not going to be easy, but you have to continue to have the spirit to fight and to use faith to always know that you can get through. And that's what it is. Our blind is beautiful. We all are special and gifted in our own right. And it's important that we utilize our gift. And I salute amazing men and women in our blind and visually impaired community, like Miss Renee, like Rosalyn, and so many others I've had the pleasure to meet along the way. And I'm just excited to continue to do my part to collaborate, to support anyone out there who is trying to truly let their inner vision shine. So be blessed, and thank you very much for having me on.
Hey, well, thank you so much. And to those of you watching us on YouTube, we're going to be the replay crew. We just want to say to go to our website at www.cookingwithoutlooking.tv.wordpress.com. We have a Patreon account, and if you guys want personal cooking lessons or whatever, I'm there to help you. Just click on the Patreon account. And thank you both for helping us change.
Thank you, Renee. Thank you for always just being you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys. Have a great weekend.
Love you, Goddess.
You too. Love you too, sweetheart.
All right.